accounting, which accounting standard we was completed in last lecture? What was the last accounting standard we completed in last lecture? Disclosure of accounting policy and errors. काय standard होतं ते? Indian Accounting Standard 8. Now, the next accounting standard in our topic is interim financial reporting, MFRS 134. So basically, this accounting standard deal with if you want to prepare a report for a interim period, that is period less than 1 year. If you want to prepare your some reports in your account reports for the short term period like quarterly, 6 monthly, so this standard guided us to how we calculate certain things की ज्या yearly effect असतात त्या कमी काय असतो आणि half yearly असतील तर कसा घ्यायचा. Okay, in every standard they give some definitions because on these definitions all the standard were designed. A financial report containing either a complete set of financial statement or a set of condensed financial statement for a interim period. So now what is interim period? Interim period is a financial reporting period shorter than a full financial year, that is half yearly or quarterly. The report over current period year, the current period year to date and comparatives. It means what कि अगर आपने इस साल में 30 जून को रिपोर्ट बनाया है, that should be 30 जून 2020 को अगर आपने फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्ट बनाया है, that should be compared with the previous year same period report, that is 30 जून 2019 से वो कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. ऐसा रिपोर्ट वो यूनिफॉर्म रिपोर्ट होना चाहिए. Then the importance of interim reporting, why the need of this standard is the investor. Basically, this is standard for the investor. Investor consider that the interim financial reporting is of more value than the annual financial information, which enables them to analyze the annual performance and also to revise their projections. If they want to invest or they are already investing there in money in our business, so what types of return their money getting within a 3 months or within a 6 months, so this will help them कि interim report अगर आप बनाते हो तो that will help to your investor. Interim financial report provides a price sensitive data to the investor. They are just quick. If you are preparing the quarterly reports, then it will always give how much your company is doing investment in working capital. It is recovering or it is stagnant. The amount of working capital you invested, it is recovering और क्या asset sell किया है, क्यों sell किया है, कहाँ पे उसका projection आ रहा है, right? Timely and reliable interim financial reporting improves the ability of investor, creditors, tax authorities, and others to understand an enterprise's capacity to generate the earning and cash flows and its financial conditions and liquidity. Then the content of interim financial statement. See what type of report we should prepare in this type of statement under this standard is the full set of financial statement. Either you prepare full set of financial statement, that is P&L account banao, balance sheet banao, cash flow statement banao, equity का statement banao, or consider the financial statement consist of consolidated statement of financial position, that is balance sheet, condensed statements of the comprehensive income statement, that is P&L का बना सकते हो, 6 month का P&L बना सकते हो, 3 months का P&L बना सकते हो, और statement of change in equity. Then statement cash flow statement also, and select the explanatory notes कि अगर कहाँ पे change कर रहे हैं अपन within a quarter अब कुछ policies change कर रहे हैं या कुछ effect change कर रहे हैं तो you can include that in your explanatory note. Then reporting period for interim financial statement. Interim financial report generally can be half yearly or a quarterly reports. The report cover current period year to a date and comparatives. See, अभी periods which interim requires to be presented. कि कहाँ पे कर सकता Then first point is statement of financial position as of the end of current interim period and comparative statement of financial position as of the end of immediately preceding year. जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि if you are preparing your financial statement till the date of 30th June, same financial statement will compare with the same date, that is 30th June 2019. Statement of comprehensive income of the current interim period and cumulative for the current financial year to date with the same कि ये भी statement of income जो है वो भी हमें compare करने it is able to compare with the previous period income statement. Then the showing the change in equity ये सबको applicable है, cash flow statement के लिए, equity के लिए, balance sheet के लिए and P&L के लिए. See कि एग्जाम्पल की एंटरप्राइजेस पब्लिश इंटरिम फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्ट्स हाफ ईयरली स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इनकम दैट इज 6th मंथ एंडिंग का आ रहा है तो 30 जून 2013 का अगर कर रहे हैं तो दैट स्टेटमेंट शुड बी कंपेयर this statement date of this compare with this previous year date. Same in case of equity you are preparing कि 30 जून 2013 का स्टेटमेंट आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो दैट मीन्स कि 30 जून 2012 से कंपेयर करने को आना चाहिए हमें स्टेटमेंट का. ओके देन recognition and measurement. What should be recognized while preparing a and what is the measurements कि क्या हमें how we measure the things for the quarterly. It deciding to recognize the major, classify or disclose an items of for an interim report. Materiality is assessed in relation to the interim period financial data. कि उसको हमें classify करने को आना चाहिए जो भी हम expenses we are covering under the financial statement और वो classify properly करना चाहिए, उसका properly recognition होना चाहिए कि which expenses should be related with this quarter or which expenses for the advance payment. Okay, and वो properly disclose होना चाहिए. There might be and more estimate in the interim report as compared to the annual financial statement because see, this is for the interim interim report is for the very shorter period is say we consider as for the 3 months. So this statement is more detailed if we compare this statement with the full year's financial statement we are knowing that की ते statement जे आहे ते full detail असतात 3 months चे as compared to 6 quarter yearly statement. If the estimate of an time reported in an interim report has changed significantly during the financial interim period, but to separate the financial report is published for the annual interim period, the nature and the amount of change should be disclosed in the annual financial statement. कि दो काहीही change झाला, small change भी होगा ना तो वो भी उसको disclose करना पड़ता है. Then principle of recognizing assets, liabilities, income, expenses are same as the annual financial statement. जो भी accounting policy you are following for your yearly financial statement, that should be continue for though the statement is for very short period, but that policy should be continued for each and every items. Okay, the frequency of interim reporting half yearly or quarterly should not affect the measurement of the annual results, and thus the measurement should be made on year to date price. Then examples of event and transactions transactions for the which disclosure are required if they are significant. Ki what type of disclosure we have to make separately in our interim financial report, write down of inventories. You have to give the detailed report about your inventories, then recognition or reversal of an impairment losses, reversal of the provision for the cost of restructuring. If you are planning the restructuring of the company, that period, detailing should be these items should be significantly, we have to disclose in the interim statement. Acquisition and disposal of any property or plant machinery or equipment, or then commitment of the purchase of property, plant and equipment. Allegations, settlements, कि अगर आप पे कोई केस हो रहा है, अगर वो सेटल कर रहे litigation settlements, then correction of prior period errors. If you are correcting any prior period error according to the in accounting standard 8, so that should be disclosed separately in your quarterly or 6 monthly interim report. These are some examples. There is lots of item in this. Accounting policies. What accounting policies we have to use for this standard? We already I already told you that whatever accounting policy adopted by the company to the full financial statement, that is full year financial statement, that should be applied to the interim statements also. The accounting policies applied in the interim financial statement have to be same as they applied in the annual financial statement. If there are change in the accounting policy after the date of most recent annual statement, the new policy should be applied in the interim financial statement. It means what? After completing a year report, if you are changing any policies, that should be reflected in next interim financial report immediately. Revenue received seasonally, cylindrically or occasionally. की there are some items की ते seasonally आपल्या business मध्ये दाखवावे लागतात आपल्याला, किंवा according to our business type की काही गोष्टी असतात त्या seasonals असतात. Then revenue that are received seasonally किंवा त्या फक्त त्या period मध्ये येतात, that is cylindrically and occasionally. कधीतरी होतात within a financial year should not be anticipated or differ as for an interim date if the anticipation or deferral would not be suitable at the end of entity's financial year. Examples: dividend revenue, royalties. If you are receiving royalties and government grant should be recognized when they are occur, when they are actually received in that period. We added that item की असं मिळणार असतात या महिन्यात असं म्हणून आपण त्या ऍड नाही करू शकत. Second, cost incurred unevenly during the financial year. The cost that are incurred unevenly during the entity's financial year shall be anticipated or differ from the interim reporting purpose if and only if it is also suitable to anticipated or differ that type of cost at the end of financial year. Then disclosure required. What kind of disclosure we required in interim financial report? Like financial report, like financial report, entity shall include its interim financial report and explanation of events and transactions that are significant to an understanding of the change in financial position and performance of the entity since an end of the last annual reporting period. की like I told you की significance काही change झालेले असतील financial position मध्ये, त्याच्यामुळे performance वरती impact होणार असेल, that should be disclosed separately. Information disclosed in relation to those event and transactions shall update the relevant information presented in the most recent annual financial report. Then the following is the list of event and transaction for which the disclosure would be required if they are significant. The list is not exhaustive. The write down of inventory is like मागचीच list आहे ही. The write down of the inventory is net realizable value and the reversal of such written down. Then recognizing of loss from the impairment of financial assets, property, plant and equipment, intangible assets or other assets, and the reversal of such an impairment of loss, the reversal of any provision of a cost of restructuring, then acquisition and disposal of items of property, plant and equipment. See, this is basically a capital type of expenditure and income. We should take a proper care of this type of income or expenditure or loss, how we post in the interim financial statement. Then other disclosure is the part of notes. की आता आपल्याला हे पाठ झालेलं आहे की if you are changing any kind of policies or you correcting the any kind of errors, you should separately declare in the note section. That note section is a part of your financial statement, right? The statement of same accounting policies and method of computation कि क्या policies use किया है, explanatory comment about the seasonally or cylindrically of an interim operations की like royalties है, the nature and the amount of items affecting the assets and liabilities, equity, net income or cash flow of the unusual because their nature, size and incidence. The amount of change in the estimate amounts reporting in prior interim period or prior financial year if material. कि if there is a need कि ज्या समजा इक्विटी मध्ये काही चेंज झालेला आहे और प्रेफरन्स शेअर्स मध्ये काही चेंज झालेला आहे तर ते लास्ट फायनान्शियल स्टेटमेंटला नव्हतं, या फायनान्शियल स्टेटमेंटला वी हॅव टू शो सेपरेटली. Then issuance, cancellation, repurchase, resale and repayment of debt and security equity. Then if you are paying dividend in this interim period, so that detail should be disclosed in the note section. Segment revenue and segment results of the business segment and the geographical segments. Like these are the list कि कौन से इसमें हमें disclosure section में हम include कर सकते हैं. Okay, so these standard is deal with the interim financial reporting. So whatever policy adopted by our company for the disclosure of financial statement for full year, that is applicable for the interim financial interim reports also. Okay, the next accounting standard is accounting standard 115, revenue from contracts with the customer. So Indian accounting standard 115, revenue from customer, is converged version of the Indian accounting standard 11, that is construction contract, and Indian accounting standard 18, that is revenue. So these two standard merge and the new accounting standard introduced, that is revenue from customers, which is one on the lines of the similar coverage by the IABS, that is International Accounting Standard. The Indian Accounting Standard 115 deal with the revenue from the contract with the customer notified by MCA based on the recommendation by the ICAI, and the standards of application from accounting period begin on or after 1st April 2018. So this standard is introduced and allowed for the application from the 1st April 2018. So this is a combination of accounting standard 11 and accounting standard 18. So how this implemented? improves the comparability of the revenue across the entities in industries global capital market. कि if you are dealing according to the Indian accounting standard for the contract and for the selling of amount to the customers, so it will be uniform and it will help to attract the global capital market. This subscribe only the underlying principles of revenue recognition, that is transfer of control. So what is revenue recognition? The transfer of control over a goods or services and replace the fair value concept with the transaction price. Okay, fair value concept, what they are replacing the fair value concept with the transaction price, which is better suited for the measurement of revenue. Eliminates reduced interpretation or guidance by bringing in clarity. Then required more improved disclosure to help the investor and analyst better understand equity revenue. So see, what is the scope of Indian Accounting Standard 150 when applicable to all contract with the customer, including those with non-monetary assets, except if they are all contract, whatever contract we made for some services or the goods is included in under this accounting standard 115, but the accounting these accounting standard, that is accounting standard 17 lease contract, accounting standard 104 insurance contract, accounting standard 109 110 111 27 28 the financial instrument and the other constructual rights obligation and others non-monetary exchange between the similar entities. This contract is not included under the accounting standard 115. Some of the key terms defined in these standards are key. If you want to deal with if you want to sign a contract, the काय काय असू शकतं sign करायचं आहे contract. Contract is for providing goods or providing services, right? Under both cases, there is a contract assets and contract liabilities. So how they define a contract asset for this standard is contract assets, any entity's right to consideration in exchange for goods and services that the entity has transferred to a customer when that right is conditioned or something other than the passage of time, for the example entity future performance. That is contract assets की त्याच्यात exchange व्हायला पाहिजेत goods or services. Okay, then त्याचे rights पण transfer व्हायला पाहिजे. The contract liability, an entity's obligation to transfer the goods or services to a customer for which the entity has received or it's entitled to receive the consideration. Consideration is what? Can anyone tell me ki what is consideration? What is consideration in case of contract? अरे आहेत का सगळे लेक्चर मध्ये?
Something in returns.
Correct. Or
Consideration is the price for the contract.
consideration of the price, the contract.
Contract.
Right. Any price in exchange for the goods and services in the case of contract, we can call that is a consideration, okay, from the customer. So what is liability? It is the obligation to transfer the goods or services to a customer for which the entity is received. So liability, contract liability is what after entering into the contract, it is a liability of the owner that you should transfer your rights to your customer. Performance obligation. Performance obligation is what? A promise in a contract with the customer to transfer to the customers either goods or services or bundle of goods or services that is distinct. की ते separate आहेत. Every goods and services or every service is different from one or each other. Okay, or a series of distinct goods or services that are substantially the same and that have the same pattern of transfer to the customer. It's an example काय सांगता येईल if is की तुम्ही एअरटेल किंवा वोडाफोनचे ऑफर ऐकलेत का की they are providing you 5,000 if you're paying to 5,000 or 3,000 whatever amount is. I just don't remember the amount. I just got one random call from them. Okay, if you're paying monthly 2,000 or 3,000 rupees, they are providing you a handset with a 4G speed. Okay, and or if I just don't want to handset, I just want to pay the monthly amount which will be maybe less from them. So it is the distinct services they are providing. So performance obligation, if they are committed with the handset, they have to fulfill their promises or they have to provide that kind of services to me, or bundle of services that is की अजून काही त्यांनी कॉर्पोरेट प्लॅन वगैरे प्रपोज केला असेल. सो दे आर परफॉर्मन्स ऑब्लिगेशन ऑन देम की दॅट दे हॅव टू फुलफिल द कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट ऑफ दॅट अमाउंट की किती अमाउंट तुम्ही एवढी मिनिमम पे करा, यू आर कव्हर इन दिस. ओके, इवन दो वी आर रिचार्जिंग our mobile की including Amazon Prime, excluding Amazon Prime, like that की जर ते प्रोव्हाइड करत असतील आणि फुलफिल करत असतील तरच आपण ते that is a performance obligation on them. Then stand-alone selling price of goods or services. The price at which an entity would sell a promised goods or services separately to a customer. There is some owners or business, they are customize the things and selling their goods according to the customer need. So stand-alone selling price, their selling price is very according to customer need. So that should be also considered as a stand-alone sell. That's called as a stand-alone selling price. Then the transaction price for a contract with a customer, the amount of consideration to which an entity expect to be entitled in exchange for the transferring promised goods or services to a customer, excluding amount collected on behalf of third party. That is transaction price. See, the 5-step approach for recognition of revenue. These 5 steps included in this accounting standard. first step is identify the contract with the customer. So what kind of contract we are going to draw for the customer? First we have to identify की कुठल्या कुठल्या गोष्टी contract मध्ये include होतील, what is goods for our contract or what is services for our contract. We should have to first identify the things, then deny the separate performance obligations in the identify the separate performance obligations in the contract. If you are adding some separate performance, that should be identified. Then determine the transaction price. If with the separate different, if you want to add some what we can say, performance obligation, then after that we design the price for the total contract. For 6 month price is itna hoga, for 1 year price itna hoga, what is the period of our contract. Then allocation the transaction price to the separate performance obligation. Then we have actually recognized the, or we actually exchange the price and money for that and recognize the revenue or as each performance obligation satisfied. After that, what amount we are received by providing the goods or services, we have to analyze कि profit हुआ है नहीं हुआ है, then in, or whether the obligation is satisfied, कि जो भी condition mention किया था वो fulfill हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है contract में, that we have should be recognized is the. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, na?
Yes, ma'am.
You see, I know कि this is very lengthy subject कि you have to learn this kind of subject कि अरे कितना theory पढ़ा रहे हो मैम, कितना, पर कुछ कर भी नहीं सकते इसके लिए. Okay, so these standards are nowadays they are very useful if you want to form a startup, or if you want to join any company. Now they are using these standards very frequently. So for that purpose this standards is included in your subject. पहिले एवढे standards नव्हते MBA ला सुद्धा. Okay, so be step number 1. What is the step number 1? Is identify the contract with the customers. So identify the contract with the customer contains, the contract is an agreement that we all know in Contract Act ki contract is an agreement between two or more parties that creates the enforceable right and obligation. कि enforceable right is means what, कि क्या transfer होगा and क्या नहीं होगा, and obligations कि what should be completed and what should be not included or not. Any entity shall account for a contract with the customer only when all the following criteria are met. If they are giving some criteria, if these criteria are fulfilled, then entity shall account for the contract with the customer. Then only we can say that कि Mr. X is a contract with Mr. Y. The contract is approved and parties are committed to perform their respective obligations. See, this is like a contract act जैसा है कि both the parties should agree and commit the performance for the respective obligations. कि अगर मैंने promise किया है कि Mr. X को with this 20,000 रुपीज का गुड्स जाएगा, उसके साथ उनको हम ये फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं कि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट हम बेयर करेंगे, राइट? सो दैट शुड बी obligation on me कि ये पूरा होना चाहिए, और both the parties are agreed on that. Entity can identify each party rights regarding the goods or services to be transferred. If the goods and services are transferring, then what kinds of goods and what kinds of services we should provided to the customer, that should be आइडेंटिफाई कि वो प्रॉपरली मेंशन होना चाहिए कि दिस काइंड ऑफ सर्विसेज वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग. अगर एसी का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कितने साल दे शुड इन्क्लूडेड इन द कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट की महिन्याला कितव्या दिवशी आपण चार्जेस किती होणार, की तुम्ही 3 मंथनी एसी or generator contract असतो. In big companies they have these kind of services contract with the different vendors, so that contract should be included की according to तुमच्या सर्व्हिसेस नुसार त्याच्यामध्ये चेंज होतात की काय काय सर्व्हिसेस कधी प्रोव्हाइड करणार, तुमचे मेंटेनन्स चार्जेस किती असणार, त्याच्यावरती सर्व्हिस चार्ज किती घेणार, लेबर चार्ज किती असणार, like this contract. The entity can identify each party rights regarding the goods or services to be transferred. If there is a repairing in your AC, or if there is a situation when you have to change the some part in your AC or what we can say that inverter ला काय म्हणतात रे, मोठ्या कंपनीत असतात ते. त्यासाठी entity can identify the payment terms for the goods or services to be transferred. की after delivery how much day you have to give the payment, or किती दिवसांनी तुम्हाला पेमेंट मिळू शकतं, right? की that should be clearly mentioned in the contract. Contract has commercial substance. It means what? की commercial value, exchange for money असलं पाहिजे. Then it is probable that the entity will collect the consideration to which it will be entitled in the exchange for goods or services that will be transferred to the customer. So these are the point. If these points are covered, then only it is saying that this is the valid contract between the customer and entity. Then step 2, identify the separate performance obligation. Performance obligation is a promise to transfer to a customer a goods or services, or a bundle of goods or services that is distinct, or series of goods or services that are substantially the same and are transferred in the same way. की जसं की आपण काही goods and services distinct काही customer नुसार की we are changing some goods and services qualities according to our customer classification, की काहींना तो A टाइपचा मटेरियल हवंय, B टाइपचं मटेरियल हवंय, की ह्या सर्व्हिसेस आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतो आहोत पण त्यातल्या काही सर्व्हिसेस कस्टमरला नको आहेत, सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ डिस्टिंक्ट. ओके, और काय काय बंडल ऑफ गुड्स और सर्व्हिसेस आपण प्रोव्हाइड करतो आहोत. देन series of goods of services that are substantially the same and transfer in a same way, की that is maintenance contract वगैरे असतात, की that is for services. की काही ऑर्गनायझेशन असतात, they need a same kind of raw material, so सेम वे साठी असेल की वर्षभरासाठी तुम्ही सप्लाय करा, दिस इज द कॉस्ट फॉर युअर annual contract, but we are paying this monthly payment to you, असं. If a promise to transfer a goods or services is not distinct from other goods and the services in contract, then the goods and services are combined into a single performance obligation. तो single performance मध्ये आपण consider करू शकतो. Then step number 3, determine the transaction price. की how we determine the transaction price. Step number 3 की first आपण काय केलं, first step होती आपली identify the contract with the customer. Okay, under 115 Indian accounting standard. की आपण पहिले काय केलं की who is identify the contract केला. Then what kind of services or goods or bundle of services or bundle of goods we are providing to the customer. Then identify the transaction price, that is the contract price. The transaction price is the amount of consideration which will be the entity expect to be entitled in exchange of transferring promised goods or services to a customer, excluding amount collected on behalf of third party की GST सोडून किती अमाउंट मिळणार आहे त्यांना, that should be called as a consideration or transaction price. The consideration promise is the contract with the customer may include the fixed amount, variable amount, or both. For the purpose of determining the transaction price, the entity shall assume that the goods or services will be transferred to the customer as promised in accordance with the existing contract, and that the contract will not be cancelled, renewed, or modified. Then step number 4. Step number 4 is allocate the transaction price to the performance obligation. The object when the allocating the transaction price is for an entity to allocate the transaction price to each performance obligation or a distinct goods or services in the amount that respect the amount of consideration which the entity expects to be entitled in exchange of transferring the promise of goods and services to the customer. Allocation of transaction price can be done proportionately based on a stand-alone selling price. If you're in that kind of industry that your selling price is different for the every customer, so it should be price can be done proportionately. Then the standalone selling price is the price at which the entity would sell promise of goods and services separately to a customer. Then fifth step, that is last step, is revenue recognition with the performance obligations are satisfied. Performance obligation is satisfied over a time or at a point in a time. की what over a time की काही सर्व्हिसेस असतात त्या तुम्ही यूज केल्यानंतर काही दिवसांनी त्याचा इम्पॅक्ट दिसतो और गुड्स असतात तुम्ही घेतले पैसे दिले विषय संपला. Performance obligation is satisfied over a time if one of the criteria is met out of the three. See, they are providing these three criteria. If if one of the criteria is met, okay, in what we are learning in the first step, they are providing 4 to 5 criteria to considered as this is a contract with the customer. Now they are providing three criteria. Out of these three, only one should be satisfied. Okay, then the customer simultaneously receives and consumes the benefit provided by the entity's performance as the entity performs. Then the entity performance creates or enhance the assets. For example, work in process that the customer control as the assets in create or enhanced or. It means what we have to measure the performance or satisfaction of the customers, right? Entity performance does not create an assets with an alternative use to the entity, and the entity has enforceable right to payment for performance complete on date. So this is our third topic. Okay, in third topic, what which accounting standard we covered? Can anyone tell me? Kiti accounting standard we covered in this topic? What is first accounting standard for this topic? The topic name is presentation of items in the financial statements and the revenue recognition using relevant accounting standard. Right, the first accounting standard is Indian Accounting Standard 1, presentation of financial statement. Then Accounting Standard 7, statement of cash flow. Then Accounting Standard 8, accounting policies, change in accounting estimates and errors. Then Accounting Standard 34, interim financial reporting. And the last accounting standard is Indian Accounting Standard, revenue from contract with customers. Okay, so these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 accounting standard we completed in our topic number 3. Now we are starting our topic number 4. Topic number 4 is reporting of assets liabilities and disclosure in financial statement using relevant Indian accounting standard. We are now focusing on this such kind of assets and liabilities that should be that should be disclosed in the accounting financial statement using the relevant accounting standard. And this topic includes accounting standard 2 inventories, then accounting standard 16 property plant and equipment. See, inventory is a very what we can say is danger part for our financial statement, because the prices of inventory is not in hand of a company always, right? That there is different types of inventory in one company. So whatever amount we invested in inventory is directly have impact on our working capital statement or our investment in working capital. Then accounting standard 16, that is property, plant and equipment. What kind of property we have, plant and equipment का depreciation ये कैसे charge होगा. Then borrowing cost. Accounting standard 23 is deal with the borrowing cost. What should be considered as a borrowing cost and how we record that borrowing cost in our accounting statement. Then impairment of asset, key fixed asset, tangible asset, intangible asset, and intangible assets. Then the next accounting standard is employee benefit. Employee benefit is the bucket benefit provided by the employer to the employee for performing their duties or for their futures. Then accounting standard 37 provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. What are the provisions, what are considered as a contingent liability and what are the contingent asset. Then earning per share, if you are issuing the share dividend or your company is issuing shares in a share market, so what is the earning per share. Then operating statement, accounting standard 108 is a operating segments. So first accounting standard is accounting standard 2, valuation of inventories. So what is the objective of this? Accounting standard is valuation of inventory. So what is the object of this accounting standard is, the basic objective of accounting standard is to remove the variation in the treatment of several accounting aspects and to bring out the standardization in a presentation. See, basically there are different types of inventories. की एकाच इंडस्ट्री मध्ये की खूप सारे पार्ट असतात की that is considered as a inventory. So every company, if there is no standard for the inventory, it is possibility that every company or every organization give what we can say, there is a no standardized process to record the different types of inventory. So it is very chaos, and the impact of that inventory record is on our financial statement also. The accounting standard board, which functions under the ICAI, issued an accounting standard in India for the inventory. Objective, evaluation of inventory का objective क्या है? To formulate the method method of cost, computation of cost, inventories or stock. Then determining the value of closing stock at which it is to be shown in the balance sheet till it is not sold and recognized as a revenue. See, always a balance sheet मध्ये आपल्याला काय दिसतो at the end of our financial statement, the closing stock is recorded. Then they are providing the how to calculate the closing stock for the different types of inventory, or what are the methods to calculate the closing stock. If they are not providing these kinds of method to the organization, then there is a possibility that or calculate. So there is no uniformity and there is no possibility of comparison in the two. Then application of accounting standard 2. Application of accounting standard 2. These standards is applied in accounting for the inventories other than कि कौन से inventories को नहीं आ रहा है. Work in progress arising under the construction contract. Work in progress कहाँ पे है? Under the construction. When there is a construction site के लिए, including directly related services contract. Then work in progress arising in the ordinary course of business of services provided. Then shares, debenture and other financial instrument held as a stock in trade and producers in inventories, livestock and forest product and mineral oils, ores and grass, gases to the extent. So these they are providing the 4 categories that are not included in a inventory as a work in process contract. Inventory identify inventories are assets held for the sale in ordinary course of business, that is finished goods. Okay, finished good is considered as a asset. Inventory in the process of production of such sales, raw material and work in progress. अगर आप sale कर रहे हो तो raw material and work in progress, then in the form of material and supplies to be consumed in the production process or in regarding the services, stores, spares, raw material. All these included in the inventories. Inventory do not include machinery. Machinery is not a part of our inventory. It is part of our fixed asset. Then measures of inventories. How we measure the inventory? Okay, inventory should be valued at the lower of cost and net resales value. You have completed this in your first semester, that is management accounting. You have the market value of inventory and book value of inventory, right? Closing stock at a book value or closing stock at a market price. अशी adjustment होती तुम्हाला final account मध्ये. So measures of inventory show valued should inventory should be valued. What cost should be considered for the valuation? So lower of cost, cost value or net resale value, whichever is lower. Major points for the valuation of inventory is determination of cost of inventory. First we have to determine the cost of inventory, then determination of net realizable value of the inventory, that is what is the market price of that inventory, and then comparison between the cost and net realized value. की मी कितीला घेतलं होतं मार्केट मध्ये, नाव काय कॉस्ट होती आणि आता काय कॉस्ट आहे मटेरियलची. सो whichever is काय सांगितलंय, हायर और लोअर, हायर और लोअर. झोपले का बाहेरचा थोडाच वेळ राहिले लेक्चर. So determination of cost of inventory. How we calculate the cost of inventories, right? Have you completed your cost sheet? Cost sheet complete केली आहे का तुमची? cost sheet झाली असेल last semester ला.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So how we calculate the cost of purchase or cost of raw material? What is the format of cost sheet? तो brief format होता ना, short format.
There is a
कोणाला
fourth part in there. Prime cost, work cost, cost of production, and total
हाँ,
cost
हाँ,
are there. Yes, ma'am.
So how we calculate the prime cost? Prime cost is related to material only.
Yes, ma'am. Direct material consumed
Ah.
and
How we calculate material consumed, cost of material consumed? That is, we same procedure is applicable to calculate the cost of inventories. Okay. So cost of inventory includes cost of purchase. At what price we are purchasing, then add a cost of conversion also considered in the cost of inventories. Then other cost incurred in bring the inventories to their present location and condition. That is आपण add करत होतो बघा. Direct opening stock of raw material, less add purchases, less closing stock of raw material, then direct labor, direct expenses. Okay, then the expenses expenses for bring material into the factory, that is also added in the cost of material consumed. Then cost of purchase. So cost of purchase includes duty and purchase price, whatever taxes we have to pay, freight inward, and other expenditure directly attribute to the acquisition. की जर contract फील करावा लागला असेल किंवा कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट प्राइस पे करावी लागली असेल वगैरे तसे सगळं इन्क्लुडेड इन अ कॉस्ट ऑफ परचेस. Then what we have to deduct from that cost of purchase? So duties and taxes recoverable by the enterprises for taxing authorities. That is the GST type expenses, right? First we have to pay GST and we are able to recollect that GST back after selling the product. So I think we should have to stop here. In next lecture we covered this inventory accounting standard as AS2.
okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
so
Okay.
have a nice time. Bye. You can
Okay,
leave
ma'am. Thank you.
meeting. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.